Hello, I'm Horcerer. I want to find out what makes every single killer tick. There's one big glaring issue with that though. I play the Nemesis, essentially only the Nemesis. I physically cannot get thousands of hours of experience on every single character. So, I'm going to be interviewing people that do have those thousands of hours. One for every single killer. Welcome to Stars of the Fog. Alright, hello and welcome back to another episode of Stars of the Fog. Today's killer is Dracula. Yes, the Dracula. This one specifically is from Castlevania, but anyway, today, another icon of horror. Dracula is the vampire of all time. My guest here today is one of the most esteemed Dracula players of all time, from going into competitive showcases and just overall basically being the Dracula guy. So my guest here today, rather than my continued glazing of them, I'm just going to let them introduce themselves. So, who are you? What are you known for? And why Dracula?
Hello, everyone. My name is Bleak. I am a P100 Dracula. I was actually the first P100 Dracula, if you care for that sort of thing. I have around 20,000 Hellfire attacks, if you are interested in any stats type of thing. I used to be a Singularity main, but I picked up Dracula because Dracula was pretty much all of my old mains in a kit. I love Castlevania as a franchise. Yeah.
So would you say you're a big fan of it because of Castlevania?
Oh yeah, because of Castlevania, yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, I used to play all the Castlevania games like all the time, and like even during like 2v8 when the queues were so long, like we would play all the Castlevania games like while we waited in the queues. So like when I found out that Castlevania like was coming to Dead by Daylight, like it was honestly like one of my biggest dream chapters. I never thought that they would like, you know, ever do it just because of like how it is. So when they posted the teaser in that one stream that one day, like, oh, I wish I saw my reaction, but I was just like so excited. Yeah, like what do you know? He's like pretty much like all of my old mains into like one kit, you know, like.
So you are a big like enjoyer of Dracula and his story and his lore. So like,
yes.
You didn't even care about the play style at first.
No.
So you're just like, holy shit, Dracula.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, this man could have been worse than Freddy, and I think I would have still picked him up.
So are you a big fan of like his story and his lore and all of that?
Yeah, I think that like, damn, my wife died. Damn, let me just like go fuck everyone up, you know, like.
I mean, he gave him a fair year's warning, and they were still there partying.
Yeah, he gave him warning. Yeah.
I'd say justified crash out on his department.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I'm sorry, all I got is Netflix's Castlevania. I haven't played the games, but I will say I do appreciate the story, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think he was a little justified at that point.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's different like forms of Dracula too. Like, I know it's not like Vlad Dracula, but there's also like the Lords of Shadow. He calls them Dracula though, but there's different like forms of Dracula.
And regardless, you're just a big Dracula fan, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, and that's Castlevania as well. It's just a different version of him, if that makes sense. Like, it's a Belmont. It's not like, you know.
Mm-hmm. And with being a big fan of something, how often do you really run into people that are also fans of Castlevania, of Dracula, of the Castlevania license in general? And how do you feel that the community overall like treats Dracula and Dracula players, and just like what's the general vibe of his implementation into Dead by Daylight?
I feel like it's mixed. Like, okay, so as for the whole people enjoying Castlevania, it's crazy because like I only like know people that like Castlevania like through me being, you know, like a YouTuber or whatever, because, you know, people join the Discord and whatnot, and then they're like, oh shoot, like this is not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, like, yeah, that's the only way I've known people liking Castlevania. Before this, like, I didn't know a single person that liked Castlevania. As for how Dracula is perceived, I think it's very mixed because, like, there's some people that are like, oh, I love, you know, going against, you know, wolf pounds and, like, dodging Hellfire and stuff like this. And then there's other people that are like, I can't stand Dracula because he's just holding his Hellfire. He's just doing this. He's just doing that. But, you know, there's obvious, like, counterplays to it. I love going against Dracula, not in the sense of, like, I'm biased or anything like that. I think his kit is just fun to go against, since I used to be, you know, like a Wesker main, or I used to play Spirit a lot. Like, I know they're not like exactly like one for that, but it's just like having experience going against that. I think it's what makes me enjoy Dracula a lot, you know?
Like, obviously it's not a one-to-one Spirit, it's not a one-to-one Dredge, it's not a one-to-one Pyramid Head, it's not a one-to-one Wesker, but like it has enough aspects of everything that you do enjoy of those characters that like putting it all into one, you're like, this is great.
Yeah.
And so obviously Dracula gives you a lot of transferable skills to those other characters. And so you would say that like playing those other characters at first would be something that like kind of has very transferable skills.
Honestly, this is a hot take, but I would honestly say play Dracula first because like if you think about it, let's say you play Dracula, right? You're using Hellfire a lot and you're using Wolf Pounce a lot, right? If you play Wesker, you're like, okay, this is similar to like Dracula's Pounce, but it's just like I can't control the second dash or whatever when I can use it. Oh, okay, I want to pick a Pyramid Head. You know, it's not one for one, but it's like similar to like aiming with it or whatever, you know? So I feel like, let's say I were just to pick a Pyramid Head and then I just hop into a Dracula match. Like I don't have experience with Wolf Pounce or whatever, you know? So it's like, I feel like it's better off playing Dracula. And then if you try and play those other killers, you'll have experience since Dracula has more in his kit than, you know, it's rather than playing two killers when you could play one killer bait two, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you. I would never lie.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like that. I feel like Dracula is more of the learning block to make sense.
Because he's a simpler version of every killer.
Yeah. So it's like if you try and pick up the killer, if you play Dracula, the killers that are similar to it, you'll technically already have experience of them.
So you have a lot to learn on Dracula. Like obviously if you say swap to Wesker after playing Wolf form, you would have a little bit of experience on Wesker and then like he would have a higher upper limit to what he is. But in general with Dracula, you know, just staying on Dracula himself, I want to ask like, are there any specific like techs or techniques on Dracula that are kind of like the thing that if you were to watch a random clip of a Dracula player, you'd be like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing because he can do this thing?
Ooh.
Like, what would be the high skill ceiling stuff for Dracula?
Ooh, I would say the elevation on Hellfire is for one. A lot of people don't know this, but Hellfire is like elevated. So it's like, you know, like Pyramid Head, you could just shoot it out or whatever. And it's just like in a straight line. Sometimes it can go down like, I don't know, the RPD stairs or whatever. Mm-hmm. But Dracula's, his can go through like windows or like just like above like floors. So for example, Garden of Joy, you know, like that side house palette near the window, like where everybody loops or whatever all the time?
Yes.
So if you shoot on the ground floor and you know there's a plane going up, if you shoot on the ground floor, you can basically hit them at the pallet. A lot of people don't know that. There's also the Wolf Pounce, bumping into an object similar like Blight. It makes you get your second pounce faster. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, I would say those are the very, very two like strongest ones. A lot of people don't know because I don't know. A lot of people see that like, okay, it can't go over like survivor height, so they'll think the Hellfire can't go over. I think the Hellfire one is the most useful, in my opinion.
Just knowing that it can do elevation stuff.
Oh, I think that's my favorite one, actually. They think they can make it through the God loop, and it's just like, no, you can't.
So he's kind of like Nemesis in a way that it's like a knowledge check thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can hit over that, or I can hit up that, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, rather than like a hug tech or something crazy.
Yeah, I got someone with it. It was like another Twitch streamer. Like, I could do that. I don't have the clip anymore, but...
Tragic.
They didn't know that Dracula could do that, and they're like, okay. I actually got a clip a while back. You know, on the side of Garden of Joy where like there's the greenhouse and there's that window that spawns like in front of the house.
Yeah.
Basically on the side of greenhouse. So they were vaulting in there. And as I was going through the side window, like I hit on the side of where like the greenhouse is at. And they didn't even know you could do that.
And would you say not knowing what Dracula can hit is like one of the biggest misconceptions about the killer? Would you say there's something else? Like, what don't people really understand? Like, what is the common grievance you hear when playing Dracula from people that just don't play as much Dracula as you? Like, what is the big misunderstanding that usually happens?
I would say it's Hellfire, honestly, the misconception thing. Because like wolf form, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. This is the Cocomelon form of Dracula. You just grab set orbs, boom, you miss, okay, you have killer, you know. So it's like, yeah, I think it's Hellfire. Like I think a lot of people just kind of panic with Hellfire. So I see like a lot of Draculas just kind of camp with it, you know. And I feel like you could go with like fancier stuff because like a lot of people don't know, but you can hit through the pallet with Hellfire. So I don't know if you could do that with Nemesis or whatever. You know how like a pallet is like standing up, like you can literally hit through the palette. So I feel like if people were to go like for like cool little tricks like that, or just, I don't know, like shapeshift out if you're going through a window and then shapeshift into vampire form and then immediately pull up Hellfire and then like go for like a little trick like that. If people do stuff like that, it'd be cool, you know?
Is that like the major thing that people don't really get if they get Pocost or something?
Yeah, I think personally, yeah.
And do you think like... I do want to ask this lightly because I am going to turn it into a little bit of a joke, but what would you say is like the biggest frustration that survivors have when playing against Dracula, and why is it he's holding the Hellfire?
He's holding the Hellfire. It's just it's so funny to do. Like, I'm not even trying to be biased here, but it's just so funny. Like, whenever I camp someone with Hellfire or like I just M2 fake them, it is literally the funniest thing ever. And it's like I would just manically laugh while I'm doing it. Like what are they gonna do?
He's holding it.
There's people that try and bait like the hook or whatever. So like they'll bait the hook and then they'll think that the Dracula will send it, but that's just not how it works. You have to get the save and then he hits both of you guys. Like, I will wait here with my Hellfire. Like, and then so when I get both of them, like I hit the person, I shred their BT, and then I immediately down them and put them back on the hook. Like, why would I not do that? You know, like
it's like old Bubba face camping before the face cam meter was introduced. It's like, why wouldn't you? You know,
literally, yeah. It's so funny. And then I love like, you know, zenning with my Hellfire and then like moving into direction where I block the pallets and then they're just dead anyways. Like, that's just so funny too, you know, like
he's just a funny guy. He's just a funny little guy you enjoy playing.
When I saw them nerf the Hellfire movement speed, it was literally, I'm not even kidding, it was the day after I posted my TikTok of my M2 faking.
They saw that and they said, man, fuck this guy.
Bro, I was like, no.
Look what you did. You did this.
I'm a monster.
And on the other side of things, when you're playing Survivor against a Dracula, I don't know how commonly you get Draculas, but how do those games usually go? Do you have a good time? And like, what is the experience usually like for on the other side of things?
You know what's crazy? I never get Dracula, and that's so sad. But the very rare occurrences that I do get a Dracula, it is a very fun time. I don't know, like I feel like there's a lot of people that don't know the counterplay to him. A lot of people don't know actually, but when a Dracula, let's say for example, he uses his wolf pounds and swaps to, let's say, vampire form, right? He tries to go for Hellfire play. You'll know if he gets his wolf pounds back. There's like audio cues. They're very, very quiet. It's like, and then the Hellfire is like that's how you'll know he gets his power back. A lot of people don't really know that, or because it's very, very quiet, or they just don't really pay attention while they're looping or whatever.
They don't know to listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the
yes.
Just with the chase music, so it can be kind of hard to learn. I honestly advocated for them to turn up the volume of that, because I'm not gonna even lie, like there are times when I play against Dracula and it's just like I can't even hear it sometimes.
But you do have like that little bit of experience because you know there's a sound effect that you can listen for, and then like,
yeah, that, and it's just like you see a Dracula pull up Hellfire, just hold W.
He's holding it.
He's holding it. You see him charge a pounce, wait till he leaps off the ground to dodge. You know, it's very fun to do stuff like that because you can get in the Dracula's head because he has that little reaction time. You know, it's not like Wesker where like he can just, okay, am I gonna set my dash? You know, like
ooh, I don't know, is he gonna do it? Ooh, you don't know.
Yeah, no, but he's very, very fun to go against. I think the people that don't have a good time against them are the ones that always get camped, which I don't blame them. I don't blame them. But
it does suck when that happens, and I get it.
Yeah.
So let's say for those people that don't really enjoy playing against Dracula, let's say they're getting like 5 Draculas a day, like something crazy, right?
Yes.
If somebody wanted to counter Dracula, and if they wanted to bring a single perk that directly counters Dracula, what would they bring? And just in general, like, how would they play against Dracula? You already gave a little bit of, like, you know, waiting out the pounce and just leaving the loop with the Hellfire. Any other advice?
I would go with the most basic one and say Iron Will, because, like, bat form. This is a very, very odd one, and I don't think people would expect this, but I think lightweight, honestly. Either lightweight or Ellen's Frick. What is it? I think stuff to, like, get rid of your scratch marks more commonly is what's really good against Dracula, because, like, while you're in wolf form, the scratch marks are more, like, put together like Old Predator. If you're in bat form, he sees scratch marks, he could teleport over there. I think getting rid of your scratch marks much more easily would be very, very good. If not, then yeah, I'll go the most basic route to say Iron Will, but that really only counters bat form. And, you know, a lot of people love Killer Doll, of course, so it's like, I don't know.
I mean, bat form is good, don't get me wrong, but it's not usually the one that you need to counter.
Yeah, I think the one people need to counter the most is wolf form. Even with the nerfs, like, it's still the best form, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say lightweight. What is that perk called?
Light-footed.
Light-footed, yes. That's because, like, if you're silent, you know, like,
then you're silent. How's he gonna hear you?
I mean, you could also go with V's new perk, but I feel like it's gonna get nerfed, so I would say lightweight is the best option.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you just briefly brought up nerfing Dracula. I would like to ask how you feel about updates that he's gotten over the years since his, like, inception, and would you say any buffs and nerfs that he has gotten have been fair for the character?
okay, I'll say this. I do like that they toned down the shapeshift cooldown because originally the PTB was 5 seconds, which I'm not gonna lie, it felt pretty bad to use. It felt so sluggish. And then when they brought it down to 2.5 seconds, I was like, this is a little too fast. A little too fast, especially with clock tower gears. Like you just basically you could just recover so quickly. So when they brought it to 3.5, I feel like, oh, that was good, you know, because like if you wanted to go to like almost 3-ish seconds, you have clock tower gears, you know? I don't know. I feel like all of Dracula's add-ons nerfs that he just got, I feel like some of them are just unwarranted, you know? I understand Killer Doll. Killer Doll was really crazy. Lapis, don't even need to explain that one. But like there's some like nerfs that he did get that I'm a little like questioned about because I felt like Medusa was in a good spot, you know? Like the current Medusa we have right now in the live game, which is like the 8% for 3 seconds or whatever. Now it's 8% for 2 seconds and it's like you have to be closer to them. So I feel like all his base kit changes have been really good. Aside from the current Hellfire ones, I'm a little like bleh on that. But as for his add-ons ones, I'm on edge about, you know?
And all these are just like kind of add-on changes rather than anything like too crazy with base kit. Like, oh, we're giving him another 2 pillars on his flame, you know, like that would be all crazy.
Yeah, I think his base kit changes, they have been fair for like, you know, the killer and the survivor side. I think the add-ons I'm like, I'm not on board with, you know. This happened back like with artists, and I forgot another killer this happened to. Oh, it was Xenomorph, right? It was Xenomorph, but they changed like all of her add-ons. And I was like, dang, I didn't expect them to nerf every add-on. I'm gonna like do a little semi-crash out. It's gonna be like 3 seconds. I don't know why we are still trying to keep White Wolf Medallion alive. That add-on is so terrible. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's great because now I can talk about add-ons because you're talking about add-ons. So how do you feel in general about Dracula's add-ons and their balance? And do you think there's any that are overtuned? Do you think there's any that are undertuned? And just what are your favorites to run and why?
Okay, so my favorites are the Browns. I pretty much only run the Browns. They just make Dracula feel smoother to play, you know, with the shapeshift speed, you know, shapeshift cooldown, just like stuff that in general. Very popular ones, though, are Killer Doll, Force of Echo, Lapis, Medusa, you know. We love a Lapis Medusa, right? It's so fun. It's so fun losing a 50-50. You just recover, you know. I have advocated for that add-on to get reworked since the PTB because, like, you just... you don't even have to think of that add-on. Like, you can just win a 50-50. The thing about bad form is if you get the 50-50 wrong, like, okay, if they're on the opposite side of the window, you lost. Like, you know, you have to actually loop or whatever, right? Lapis just shuts that down. So you just win the 50-50 and get the hit for free, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think add-ons like that, I don't really like. I think Medusa... PTB Medusa was crazy, but when they brought it to live, I was, you know, kind of crazy about. But yeah, I don't know. I would say his Browns are my favorite. If not, then like the Wolf add-ons. The one I hate the most is White Wolf Medallion, and that like
I don't know what this fucking add-on does. So like, what does it do? And then tell me why you hate it.
Okay, you want to know what it does? White Wolf Medallion. Whenever someone, when you're in wolf form, anytime someone does a rush action, whether it's quick and quiet, like anything rush, vaulting, quick and quiet, hop blocker, anything, you get Killer Instinct map wide for 2 seconds, right? With the current buff it's getting, you only get it for 1 second extra. Why? You already know where they're at. Like, why do I need an extra second? So yeah, I don't know. I think this add-on is just like, I don't know how it's been alive for this long. And it's like myself and other Dracula players have like made so many forum posts and we're like, okay, let's rework this add-on. Like, here's an idea for this. Like, okay, maybe we can give Force of Echoes like effect to White Wolf Medallion because in the description, White Wolf Medallion says something called Spirit Guides or like use it for Spirit Guides and like you use scent orbs to help you track. And you know, Force of Echo, they make scent orb spawn more frequently. So it's like, that'd be perfect for White Wolf Medallion, right? And it's like Force of Echo, it's also like, why does it buff Wolf? Because there's a little bat symbol on it. And then it also says an artifact that grants bats or senses in the dark, but it's buffing Wolf. I think it's more of a pet peeve thing, but yeah, no, I really hate White Wolf Medallion. I don't think I'd ever use it. It basically does nothing. Like, okay, let's say I'm in a match versus you, right?
My MMR is a little too high for you, buddy. I don't know if you get up there, but go on.
All right. Okay, buddy. Anyways, let's say you vault a window, right? I see Killer Instinct where you're at. I'm like, okay, bet. I know where you're at. I'm going to go to you, right? Mm-hmm. Here's an extra second. I don't know. I'm sorry. That was like a mini crash out. I really hate that add-on. It makes no sense. I'm sorry.
So in general, you think his add-ons are like all right?
Yes. They were okay, yes.
All right.
It's like moral of the story, yes.
Moral of the story, they're fine, but this fucking medallion, man.
This little fucking medallion, bro.
So how about the other half of things that you usually run in a trial, like perks? What do you run, and what's your favorite singular perk? And I do want to then ask if you think there is a perk that Dracula specifically uses better than every other killer in the game.
Oh, spies, 100%.
Why?
That's like no doubt about it. Spies from the shadow, like basically any type survivor scares that grow near you, they have like the black bubble to show where they're at. It works so amazing on Dracula because like if you're in bad form, you get that visual cue. And you know, you said you're faster, if you're teleporting, whatever, like you'll see where they're at. So it's like you can immediately teleport to them, you know, start a chase or like just have map wide information, like while you're like cruising the map while on bad form to see like where Jen's at progress or like, you know, just, you know, doing your map patrol or whatever. I think that perk is just so good on him. When actually in Tofu's tournament that I just played in, he actually banned spies on Dracula. Every other killer had spies but Dracula. That's just how good spies is on Dracula.
Okay.
And then as for like my build I run, I kind of just run like a chill build, honestly. Like I don't really go for anything crazy. I do like Forever Entwined. I do Thrilling Tremors now because Thrilling Tremors is really good for bad form. If you pick up a survivor, you'll know where to go and then you could just teleport near where that gen is being worked on and then, you know, just get massive value from that, you know, I think. And then obviously having the faster hook time with Forever Entwined is really, really good. So yeah, I would say like a build like Pop, Eruption, Forever Entwined, and then Thrilling Tremors, and then pretty much whatever add-ons, because he's not really add-on dependent. So you can pretty much run whatever you want, you know?
And you just run browns because they feel nice. That's it.
Yeah, I just run the rounds most likely. It's mainly the Traveler's Hat and Clock Tiger is the ones I run the most. If you want to go for more information, then I'll do like Cerberus Tallying, you know? But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you did just mention like Tofu, that is Otofu's tournament recently. You didn't end up playing Dracula in it, but you are someone that's played Dracula in like some showcases for the character. I know Hens did one.
Yes.
You know, that's more of a competitive setting than the average public match, you know, obviously. So how do you feel about kind of taking the public matches a little bit more competitively? Like, how do you feel about win streaks on Dracula? And do you feel like compared to everyone else, it's easy to do? And are you someone that enjoys doing win streaks?
Yeah, I think they're so much fun, actually. You know, before like win streaks became popularized, I was like, I don't know. I was more so on the sense of like, okay, win streaks are win streaks, you know? And then like once I actually started doing them on Dracula, like it's just been so fun because it's like, it makes you like use your killer's kit to the full potential, you know? And the thing with Dracula, like he has so much in his kit. So it's like you're constantly using bad forms for like mobility and seeing like where everyone's at, you know, when to properly use your wolf pounds, because if you miss 1 pounce, like they can drop a Vala and then just hold W, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I think like win streaking on him is probably like the most fun I've ever had on the character, especially when I do a perkless, because, you know, just using the full killer kit to the potential is just so much fun, you know?
Mm-hmm. And do you think Dracula has any specific bonuses over other killers for win streaking?
Yeah, I would say so, because let's say like you need to tunnel someone out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could just camp the hook with Hellfire and then immediately shred them, and then, you know, the BT, and then they're just dead, you know? So, and that person's literally out the game. And then you could force it into 3v1. Obviously, if you do have Eruption or like perks that like slow down the game, forcing them into 3v1 with those perks, and especially if you have a gen setup that's like very close to each other, that just basically makes your Dracula win. I think his tunnel out potential is just so insane.
Okay, so with win streaking being like the end game for someone that wants to really take their competitiveness to the end of what it can be, you know, that's when you're like super confident on your killer. I kind of want to ask you, we got like the initial appeal of the character, obviously, but about how long on Dracula did it take you before you really felt like, yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing and I really get Dracula? Like, about how long did that take?
I would say not long, actually, because I had a lot of practice with the PCB. Obviously, it wasn't like the Dracula we have now, but I think just like learning the kit and learning, you know, little tricks like that on the PCB is what really helped me. But I would say on average, like not even a day. Because like if you were to use like Killer Doll, the thing about Killer Doll is it helps you recover from mistakes, you know? So say you miss a wolf pounce, then you have Killer Doll, you get your power back almost instantly. So it's like if you recover from mistakes like that so quickly and then keep using your wolf pounce to like help you learn from that, you know, you'll get better with it. So yeah, not that long actually. Because I feel like he has add-ons that really, really help him recover from mistakes and help you get better the more you play him, you know? And I don't know like any other killer that really has tools like that. So
yeah, like reduce cooldown if you miss or something. I mean, there's a couple, but like
Yeah, you pick up your scent orb and it's like you pretty much have your power back. Like
sniffer.
sniffle.
And picking up scent orbs and, you know, Dracula doing a little sniffer. That's one of my favorite parts about playing the killer. And then howling when he gets a hit with wolf form. But
Oh.
what do you enjoy the most about Dracula overall? Like anything at all?
In his kit, I would say shapeshifts. I know it's like vague, but I love going for shapeshift plays. So if I'm in like wolf form or bat form or whatever, I love like getting out of shapeshift. So like when I'm transitioning forms and then using my mist that I have in his base kit to like trick the survivors of like where I'm going. So like when I'm shapeshifting, like I'll zigzag my body or whatever, and then I'll like confuse them to see like where I'm actually at to like get free hits and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't know you could do that. Okay, so it was a bug that he did have, I guess, that got addressed. But when he was shapeshifting out of form, he didn't have a red stain. So I used to use it all the time to like go for hits and, you know, trick survivors of where it was at. But it just recently got fixed and now he has a red stain again. So, but I still go for it. Like I love using a traveler. You know, obviously wolf pounces are really, really fun, you know, going for elevated Hellfire plays, like, you know, through cracks or whatever, similar like Deathlinger. One of my favorite Hellfire kits is actually on Dead Dog, is like through Shack, at the bottom of Shack. I don't know if you know about that one. They try and make it a window, they just get hit.
Well, yes. So some specific hits, but just using his power is why you enjoy the killer. That's so crazy. That's so wild.
Well, no, it's not even just like the forms powers, like Hellfire and like Wolf Pounce. It's mainly just like the swapping in between forms that I like.
Yeah, the shapeshifting. That's what I said.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think anyone else like enjoys that about his kit. Like, which is, it's really weird. Because like a lot of people are like, oh, I could just wolf pounce. Oh, you know, I'd be zigzagging, you know, like the Flash.
Okay, man.
Okay.
So you kind of very briefly mentioned like a bug that he used to have, but in general, how many bugs does Dracula have? Like, are there any that are super known and like game breaking right now, or is he relatively bug free? And just, are there any bugs you want to specifically bring up and talk about? Because I don't know about Dracula or his bugs. That's so funny.
Horcer, that man has so many bugs. Okay, so he has his Mori bug that just happened. So if he Moris in wolf form, he gets taken up to the very top of the map. So you'll see the entire map wide. It's like you're basically like a camera, you know, you're like a plane, you know, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a fucking Dracula, you know. Oh, anytime he swaps out of wolf form, that happens, but it's like your camera gets distorted. So that's fun. He has Hellfire delay, he has Hellfire desync, he has his wolf pounce doesn't go off, his wolf neck is broken, bat form has a stutter. Sometimes in bat form you can get stuck in the teleport destination, so you have to wait until the cooldown is back to get out of the teleport destination. Oh, this happened on the PTB, but the scent orbs, like the current PTB, the scent orbs, they have like this watery effect, and it's like, it makes me feel uneasy. Like, I don't know, it's just, it feels weird to look at. He had the overall, I think ever since the Aurela release, that man has just been so bad, like in the bug scenario. Like he just gets bugs every patch. And
some of them are funny though, like dog having a cape. I think that's funny.
Oh goodness, yes. Wait, Bat Dog. Or Bat Wolf, yes. Oh my god, wait, no, that's my favorite. Oh, there's this one where it's like, if someone head-ons you as you're shapeshifting into a different form, both of the forms will collide into one. I got this other Twitch streamer, and this happened on the anniversary, but it happened 2 times. So one time it happened when the chest was exploding to me, and then another time happened head-oning me. And basically, I was swapping from wolf form to vampire form. It was basically Dracula full of fur. That's just how I looked. And my entire camera was just full of fur, and I couldn't see anything. So I literally had to look up. I literally had to look up to see where I was going because I couldn't see anything. So yes, as a bugs, he has a ton of bugs, yes.
Just a little bit buggy.
Oh, another thing, he also is missing his animations. So in the PTB, he had a ton of animations that are no longer there. Yeah, that's the one I actually want the most. You know, if they don't even bring or fix other bugs, like I don't even care at this point because I'm used to it. It's just, I miss his animations, man. I do.
Is that kind of like a big part about, I'm not saying you dislike the character, obviously, but like, what is the thing that you dislike the most about Dracula? Is it just his bugs?
Yeah, I would say his bugs. Like that, literally the only time I get on Dead by Daylight now, he's literally the only killer I play. Unless I have like a killer redeem or whatever, like he is literally the only killer I play. I don't know. I just love him so much. I don't think I have anything I dislike about him.
I understand.
I don't even play Singularity anymore. You know that? That's crazy.
You had the audacity to make a joke like, oh yeah, you should let me on for Singularity.
Bro, I didn't even say that. I didn't even say that. I was like, oh, I know a Singularity I could get for you.
Yeah, and then you had like the pointing at myself.
Yeah, no, I would say it's just bugs. Because like there's some times where like you're like, you're about to get this down. You're like, okay, cool. Like let me wolf pounce them. And then like you don't get your second pounce and you're like, no, you're actually not gonna get this down. And now they're gonna hold W.
I guess I'll go fuck myself, yeah.
I will go fuck myself. Yeah, no, I think that's just the most frustrating thing about him that I don't like. It's just like his bugs.
Sometimes it doesn't work, yeah.
Yeah.
So now when he's not having a buggy experience ruining the game for him, how strong do you think he is?
Oh yeah, he's top 5.
Okay, top 5, go off. Okay, tell me about it.
Yeah, no, it's just he has just so much in his kit. There's a lot of people that like, okay, so we all know that like Spirit and Dracula are like the contenders for top 5 because of their kits or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I know her chase power is just so much more better than Dracula, but I just think she uses her power to get somewhere and then she's on like a 15 or 16 second cooldown. I think that just doesn't compare because like Dracula can literally uses Hellfire on literally almost every loop. He has his wolf pounce. He has sent arms to catch up. He has, good map control, good camping, just anything like that in control. Tunneling is just so insane on him. And all Spirit really has going for her is like good chase and then like what? Like
that's it.
Yeah, like, she needs flute to like even compete against Dracula. If she doesn't have flute, like she's so much worse. I'm sorry. Like this is just how it is. His entire kit, just all of it combined, is just so good.
He just has a lot going for him.
Yeah.
Like a lot going for him.
Like a lot. Like a
lot going for him. So speaking of having a lot going for him, you might be familiar with this thing called a rift, which has cosmetics in it. And they did an entire Castlevania rift with a lot of cosmetics in it. And it lasted for like half a year. It was a really long rift. Now, why I'm bringing up this rift, you might ask? Cosmetics, of course. How do you feel about Dracula's cosmetic options? Like, do you think he has enough? Do you have a level of biblical greed where you want more?
No, he needs more.
Would you have a specific skin made? Like, if you had full executive control, what would you have made for him? And what is your favorite cosmetic?
Okay, so my favorite is the default. It's just so fucking clean. That's really all I run pretty much now. Like sometimes I'll run like true form or whatever, but like I don't know, for the most part, yeah, it's just default. It's just so good. As for the rift, oh my god, there were so many people complaining that it was so long, and I was like, guys, it's Castlevania. Let's chill out, okay? Let's chill out, okay? And then there's people like, when is this gonna fucking end? I don't know. I think it was just so cool, like having charms and like banners and badges of like Castlevania that I have never taken off, by the way. On top of it, like getting true form. I was so shocked when that happened, horceror. Like you don't understand. I was shocked. I was like, no way they actually did it. Like, no way. And so like when I got it, like I made a YouTube video about it, and like when the rift ended, they're like, oh my goodness, like when is the skin coming back? Like blah blah blah. And like I felt bad because I didn't even know it was gonna come back. Like, and I had to like politely tell them, I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, most rift cosmetics come back in a year, but like I didn't know if it was gonna be coming back, because it's a visceral skin,
It did, for what it's worth, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, I'm just in case you don't know and you want this skin, you can get it. It's in the store right now.
You can get it, but it is very, very expensive. It's like over $20.
And the rifts, dude, I love getting rifts because it's just like $10 for the whole thing, and you get your money back for the next one. Sheesh.
And then you get the Blueberry Dracula version of it,
Yippee!
Like we could be Blueberry brothers together.
Okay, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think his cosmetic options are really cool. But as yes, my biblical greed, I do need more. I think one that I really, really want, there's a lot of people that say, oh, let's get the Netflix Dracula. Let's get the Netflix. I'm gonna be real. I don't really care for that one too much. I do want it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, of course you do.
But that's not at the top of my list. The one at the top of my list, yes, it is a Netflix one. It's actually like a black coat Dracula. So he has like these arm guards that are like black, and he has like a black coat, and then like his face is all bloody. Like, oh, it's just so cool. That's one I really want. I also wanted a blighted Dracula, which I think it could still happen, especially like the way the Silent Hill thing went, because, Konami and, Behavior are really good friends. So I really thought it was going to happen the year he came out, similar to like Xenomorph and stuff like that. Cause I think Xenomorph got theirs their first year, right? Or was it Chucky?
Chucky did, for sure.
It was Chucky. Yeah, it was probably Chucky. But like, I thought that was going to happen to Dracula because like it's Dracula, Like I thought they would have done that. So I was like, okay, maybe this year.
And like a lot of people were talking about wanting like, oh, why didn't they add Netflix Dracula as the default? Like that's what they would change about the character itself. That's what they would change. It's just like, oh, well, visually I don't really like him. That's what people would change about Dracula if they were to choose. But you, as a Dracula player, what would you change about the killer itself? If you could like fix anything, well, I mean, obviously fix his bugs, but if you could change anything, if you could fix anything, if you could shapeshift anything, what would you change about Dracula?
Change Force of Echo. Yeah. I think that's the only thing, really.
What about White Wolf Medallion?
No, okay, that one too, but Force of Echo, like, it makes no sense. Like, it buffs wolf form, but like the description says it buffs bats, and it's like, even the icon art has a bat. Like, why is it buffing wolf? You don't understand how much that irritates me, by the way. That has been irritating me since the PTB.
I mean, my combat manual isn't even the learning add-on, so no, I get it. I
would think it's just that. I love his kit. No, anything else I would want to change about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe his like bat form transition time, it could maybe like a little bit longer, because like if you have Traveler's Eye, you can basically just like just GG them at the window. I think that's really funny. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the only thing.
And obviously fixes bugs, of course, but
yeah, the add-on bug fixes, and then probably the bat form like transition time.
And with that transition time and people transitioning to learning Dracula, what is like some very... Okay, I know you're making a guide for Dracula. Maybe it's out when this video's out. Probably not, but it might be.
Well, probably not. I was talking to Pixie. I forgot what I said. Hold on. I made the forum post, right? It was like 5,000 words. I was like, I finished my Dracula forum post. And then she goes, where's this effort for the Dracula? I was like, you know what? You kind of ate me up with that one. I can't even look. You kind of ate me up there.
So Bleak is making a Dracula guide, and you should go bully him about it.
Well, yes.
But assuming that someone does not want to watch an entire guide just yet, or they are just getting into the Dracula, what are some very basic tips that you would give for somebody learning the killer?
If you see a form isn't working, don't just stay, like, for example, let's use vampire form, for example. Let's say you miss Hellfire and you keep on trying to go for Hellfire. The longer you're in that form, the more you give the survivor a way to learn you. That makes sense, you know? So it's like, okay, he's very uncomfortable with his Hellfire. I know how to dodge his Hellfire. He's not comfortable with his wolf pounce and he's not shapeshifting. I know how to dodge his wolf pounce, you know? Another thing is also, I know holding Hellfire is haha funny, but if you're literally back revving a survivor with Hellfire, that is not good, because the longer you hold it up, the more reaction time you give for them to dodge it, and the more you can panic with it.
And you aren't really learning how to aim it if you're not.
Exactly.
I say this a lot, but, you know, sucking at something is the first step to getting kind of good at something. You need to whiff to learn how to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, I even miss from time to time, you know? Like,
no, you don't. Don't lie to them. Bleak has not missed a single time in his entire life.
I think it's just like, you know, stuff like that. And like, another thing with like vampire form is like with Hellfire, you don't want to be like up right next to them, you know? So like you can do like over loops or whatever, right? If you back rev them with it, you have like a smaller, like, how can I word this? You have a smaller area of control of like where to aim your Hellfire. Rather, if you're backed up or you have more space, you have more of a field of view of like where you can like shoot your Hellfire, you know? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I would say use Hellfire from a distance and not just back rev them with it.
Because it has range on it, you know?
Yeah, well, not just that. Just it's like a Billy Songy, you know? Like if someone like zigzags like right where you're next to them, like you could miss, you know? So same thing can apply. Yeah, I would say the shapeshift one is the most important. Just don't stay in your form too long if you're messing up.
So speaking of switching forms, you know, changes, how about things that aren't direct changes like a Dracula's shapeshift? How about changes to the game around him? How has the meta updating as far as perks changing and being added, new maps, reworks, anything like that? How has all of that really affected Dracula? And do you think he's kept up with the game as he's gotten older?
Yeah, like the thing about Dracula is he's very versatile, so like no matter what they do, like he's going to keep up with the meta. He has a solution for every like possible. He literally has all fucking infinity. Like so yeah, I think like ever since he released up until now, he's pretty much just been the same. Even when the tunneling changes happened on the PTB, like yeah, they nerfed him with the like the base kit changes, like they gave him less of a, I think it was like 10% instead of 20%, and then like less taste or whatever. I 4K5 down there. I'm not saying like, you know, everybody will, but I'm just saying like he can still keep up with the meta, you know?
So like nothing too crazy has been like healing him.
Yeah.
And I did kind of forget to ask this, but I did see a tweet from you earlier. It's like, not too much on Midwich now, and I know you're a Midwich enjoyer. But I do want to ask you a little bit about Dracula's maps and like how they affect his tiering and his strength and just like in general the feel of the character. So what is your favorite map? What is your least favorite map? And do you think those personal enjoys and hates are the same as your killer's best and worst maps?
Man, Forgotten Ruins. Oh, I love that map. That map is so unfair. Horceror is not even funny. Like, so basically, that map is really small, just like on paper, right? So, because it's like 2 floors, but it's like a very small square, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, since you have bat teleport, that's only 15 seconds, by the way. You can teleport up and down the levels pretty much frequently. The teleport destinations are right next to the gens. You can grab people as they're trying to like make it through the portal. There's just not much survivors can do on that map against Dracula. Like, if you lose on that map while you're playing Dracula, like I don't know, that map it just should not be allowed on Dracula. Another one is Midwich. I like to run ultimate weapon on Midwich and go for like bat movement speed add-ons, you know, like magical ticket or wing boots. Those are very, very amazing. You can open up a locker, see where everyone's at, teleport next to them. They can't do much. Yeah, those maps are very unfair for Dracula, and he should not be allowed on those maps, genuinely. As for maps he's not really good on, I don't know. I really feel like he doesn't have a bad map. I feel like my personal least favorite is just because like I'm biased towards this. It's just Larry's and like Hawkins. I really hate indoor maps like that. Yeah, I would say Larry is the most likely. And leads to the fact of like, since survivors can just hold W between the rooms more frequently, it's harder for you to use your Hellfire. You know, because they could just see when you hold up your Hellfire or like you pick up your Hellfire and they could just zigzag to another room. It's just like, okay, well, now I'm forced into wolf form, you know? So yeah, I don't know like any other map that's like terrible. No, I think I enjoy every map.
That's crazy. That must be nice.
Wah, wah. I mean, it's like those maps are still good for him, but I mean, they're okay for him, but it's not like, oh, I got this map, GG, you know?
Some of these maps are GG, man. Oh my God.
No, but yeah, Forgotten Ruins, like, he should not be allowed on that map. They should have a filter where he should not even be able to be contested to be on that map. Like,
so again, I lack a segue, but I want to bring him back to the beginning. The very beginning. Bleak in Dead by Daylight. When Bleak was Bleak BTW.
who?
The very beginning.
Wait, who's that?
I don't know. Some guy.
Yeah.
But what got you into Dead by Daylight and when did you start playing it?
It was a crazy change. Okay, so one day, I'm not even joking when I say this. One day I was playing with the old HUD, and then literally the next day I was onto the next HUD. So whenever that was, that's when I started playing. I think it was around Silent Hill. That's what someone told me. But I don't know. I kind of tried it on PlayStation at the time. It was really, really fun. Yeah, I was kind of a killer main back then. I mean, I still am, but I was tunneling like crazy. Tunneling more than I used to tunnel. Like, I don't even care if gens flew. Like, I was getting that person out. That's how I played. I don't know. I found that just so funny. And I mean, it's still funny now, but I think that's just what got me into the game. Yeah.
Into the game because of tunneling?
Yeah. No, I think tunneling is so funny. I don't know. Because like I think I saw a YouTube video of like someone, it was like a tunneling video. I was like, dang, I low-key want to try that. That looks like so much fun. And then I did it and I was like, wait, this is so much fun. And I remember I was on Oni. No, actually the very, very first killer that I ever played was Clown. I remember that. And I was just tunneling survivors with that. It was just so fun.
Wow.
And I hope this doesn't get portrayed in a negative way. It's so funny.
Whatever, go my clown.
Go my clown.
So you've been around for a good bit then.
Yeah. I mean, I have almost 10k hours now, so.
Okay, well that is it's a little bit more than me. Just a crunch, a tad.
Yeah, I think I'm like 30 hours off or something like that.
Okay. So in all of your thousands of hours of Dead by Daylight, you've seen a lot of patches, a lot of people, a lot of bullshit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Gone through a lot, been here for a while.
Some would say.
And, you know, recently we've had some more controversial patches recently, like almost directly after our biggest chapter ever, which is Springtrap earlier this year. But I just want to ask you specifically, how long do you think Dead by Daylight's going to last?
I think a while. Like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, this game is, you know, people use the whole game is dying type thing for every game.
Yeah.
I don't think this game is dying. Like, even with like the amount of bugs and like bad patches that we have, everybody still sticks around. You know, everybody still buys the rifts. You know, people still get hyped for the content. Like, everybody was mad with the whole tunneling changes and everything like that. And then everybody saw the new killer and everybody was like, yo, this killer's fire, you know? So like, yeah, the game kind of brings it down with that sort of aspect, but like, you know, it's still a game you still know and love. So I think it's going to be here for a very, very long time. I don't see it dying anytime soon. And I think they said they had content planned until 2030. So from what I heard.
I mean, plans and getting to it are two very different things. Like, I don't think they're gonna die anytime soon. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. No.
You know, I need BHER to lock in is what I need.
Yeah. Okay. I will say this. Yes. Do they need to listen to the community? 100%. Do they need to be more transparent with things? 100%. But do I think the game is gonna die like tomorrow? No. But if they keep it up like this, then
Probably, yeah.
yeah.
And then my last question, you know, the fun one. What would kill DbD for you? What would make you drop Dracula for good?
Oh, I don't know actually. What would make me drop Dracula? I think if maybe. Dude, I actually don't know. I think that like just having him in the game is what makes me enjoy him. You know, like I don't even care how he plays. Hold on, I gotta think about this for a second. I think if maybe like they made him add-on dependent, if that makes sense. Like if they nerfed him so much where he is reliant on add-ons, that would make me like not really like him, you know? Which is what I like. I like that he's not add-on dependent. You can go base kit, no add-ons if you want, and still perform really well.
Hang on, I need to think about this.
Yeah, because like I don't know. Those add-ons are more just so like feels good add-ons, aside from like, you know, Lapis Medusa. Or for example, the reworked Ring of Vlad. I'm surprised they got rid of the pillar. So you know, stuff like that is what makes him feel good, I guess. But yeah, I think making him add-on dependent is what make me like not like him anymore, I think.
I wish I wasn't add-on dependent, but that Marvin's blood has a chokehold on me.
Well, okay.
I'll get my add-on pass one day.
Didn't you already though?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Well, I thought you did.
They updated 2 add-ons.
I mean, Dracula just came out. He already got an add-on pass already.
Yeah, it must be nice, buddy. It must be nice.
No, it's not nice because they're all nerfs.
Well, fuck you.
Fuck you. Well, hold on. Actually, they did not all get nerfed. You want to know what got buffed?
White Wolf Medallion?
White Wolf fucking Medallion, yeah.
Okay, that's all I got for you today. So, you know, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being the Dracula in this series that is actually getting pretty close to the end now, kind of crazily enough.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I just thank you for coming on. Thank you for giving me your time. Hope you had a good time. And
thank you for having me. It was so much fun. Sorry if I was like off on a tangent. It was just like
you're good. Don't worry. But yeah, now this little end segment. Just anything you want to talk about, anything you want to bring up. You can give people all your links so they know where to find you to see the #1 Dracula's content.
Okay.
In the world.
All right. Again, my name is Bleak. I'm a Dracula main. I was the first appearance of Dracula. I do stream live on Twitch, usually every Monday through Friday, but right now I'm in a bit of a, not a small hiatus, but it's just like my streams are more sporadic, if that makes sense. But I do post on my Discord when I can go live. But yeah, for the most part, I do tons of Dracula over there. I do post on TikTok. I've been posting daily. So if you do ever want to watch any like Dracula matches, I do put on there, or just in general, just any Dracula clips, I have that as well. I do post on YouTube. I pretty much post only Dracula on YouTube. I have tons of, you know, videos where it's like skin showcases. So it's like I had a true form one. I have P100 Dracula videos, just builds that you can run. And most of the builds I put on there, they're very like fun gimmicky builds. So like I'll do like locker builds or I'll do haste builds. It is not like 4 slowdowns or whatever, you know? So fun stuff like that if you're interested in that. And yeah.
And now for the viewer, that's you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting the series as far as it's gotten. I appreciate you all very much. Classic YouTube stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It does help me a lot. Yada, yada. Here's all the links for Bleak here on your screen. You should go check him out. Go support Bleak. Go look at beautiful Dracula content. And yeah.
I was like, did you know that 80% of the viewers are not subscribed?
I don't know where to check that. Otherwise, I would do that. No.
I don't know where to check that either, but I see that on a YouTube video. So I'm like,
did you know that you might not be subscribed and you should be? It's free.
Subscribe to Horceror now.
Yeah, subscribe to Horceror. Thank you.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all very much, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, morning, noon, evening, or night, whatever it might be, wherever you might be. And I hope to catch you in the next one. So, see you later. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye. Wait, I don't know.